I know that a lot of you get bent when I start the show with an LA take. You're like, I'm never going to apologize for that. I'm an LA native. I've spent my entire life in Southern California. It's a Southern California-based show. It's a national show. Hell, an international show at this point. But I'm proud of my roots. I'm never going to apologize for starting this program with an LA take. But here is the good news for all of you haters. It is not a positive LA take. You see, I'm objective like that. Proud of my roots, but objective. So at least it's not a positive LA take. At least it's not even a positive Laker take. Despite the fact that the Lakers are 17-6, despite the fact that they're currently tied for second in the West, despite the fact that they've got two guys in the top 10 in scoring, including the league leader in scoring by the dude from the second floor, and it's not even close, Luka Doncic. Now, you hear all that and you would think things are really looking up. Things are really positive for the Lake Show. You think that, but you'd be wrong. And if you think the Lake Show is a legitimate contender this season for an NBA championship, you would also be wrong. Sorry, Laker fan. Hate to be that wet blanket. Hate to be the cooler. Hate to be the one to dump a bunch of cold water all over you. Hate to suck the joy out of this season, but your Lakers are nothing but a bunch of frauds. Now, don't take that from me, because it's not even my take. I don't even believe that. However, it is Rich Paul's take that the Lakers are not real contenders. And he would know, right? After all, he is LeBron's agent. So, you also have to assume that it's not just Rich Paul's take that the Lakers aren't real contenders. It's Team LeBron's take. And if it's Team LeBron's take, safe to assume it is LeBag's take. And by the way, LeGoat, if that's not your take, if I'm out of line in saying that, if you don't feel that way, you might want to check your agent, because he's going on his pod and he's saying it in broad daylight. You might want to make it clear to everybody that your agent does not speak for you or through you. Because right now the obvious assumption is everybody is making just the opposite assumption, that your agent is doing your talking for you, that your agent's doing your bidding for you, that your agent is speaking for you, that his words are actually your words. And apparently those words include taking a big dump on the Lakers. Even though the Lakers are having their best moment in years. Here's the actual quote. Here's what Rich Paul said on his own podcast, a new podcast, because of course, Rich Paul needs a new podcast where he can spew lava about the team that his client plays for. Listen.
Like, I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not right now.
When you say contenders, what do you mean?
I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference Final. I don't think they have enough to get to really contend from that perspective.
So
right
okay.
Now.
I mean, that's it. You heard him. You heard the man. Shut it down. Let's go home. Cancel the season because the Lakers are not good enough. LeBron's agent says so. He says they're not good enough, so obviously it's true. Like, scoreboard, don't look at it. Standings, don't look up at them. You're thinking about this all wrong. What you should be asking yourself is this: does the team revolve around LeBron? And since the answer is now no, they obviously are not good enough. They suck. They have no chance. I mean, easy, Lava Paul. Could you be any more transparent? Could you be any more petty? Could you be any more baggy? Team LeBag is at it again, and they're getting baggier by the moment. And it's only going to get worse now that Lava Paul has his own podcast to launder LeBag's bullcrap through. Like, some of us are smart enough to see through that garbage. In fact, I'd like to believe that most of us are. I'd like to believe that most people can see how transparently petty and ridiculous and unprofessional this all is. And that wasn't even all he said. As an example, he also said they would lose in the playoffs because their, quote, style of play will be very easy to defend, end of quote. Clearly a not-so-veiled shot at J.J. Redick. J.J! Who, of course, was LeBag's pick to be the coach in the first place. But since Farmer J.J. is on board with building around Luka, Farmer J.J. is now the bad guy who won't win in the playoffs because his style was so easy to defend. Well, terrible head coach choice by your client then, Lava Paul. Like, I didn't know agents were so well-versed in X's and O's like this. I mean, if Rich Paul knows that much about basketball tactics, knows more than Farmer JJ, then shouldn't he be the head coach of the Lakers? You know, Rich, why didn't LeBag pick you instead of Farmer JJ to be his wine-sipping X's and O's podcast partner? And then why didn't LeBag pick you to coach the Lakers if you've got that basketball acumen? I mean, it really makes you think, right? Yet there's more. He wasn't done. There's still more baggery coming out of that podcast episode, if you can believe it, such as he believes Austin Reeves and the team would be better served if he came off the bench, that he's actually more of a sixth man. The guy who is currently eighth in the NBA in scoring, the guy who helped carry the Lakers while LeGramps was out, being old, and Luka was banged up, Austin Reeves, the guy whose emergence has changed everything for the Lakers, really is only a sixth man. All right, Lava Paul, whatever you say. What is your next hot take? That Bronny should start? Send Reeves to the bench and play Bronny 40 a night. Is that what comes in Ep 2 of the Lava Paul podcast? Spoiler alert, my bad. Didn't mean to give that up. I mean, it's wild, right? Wild that an agent is out there just talking negatively about his client's team while they're still playing. But the fact of the matter is, it's a joke because you can see right through it. These aren't just bad takes. They're unprofessional as hell. Why the hell is LeBron's agent out here trashing the Lakers when they're 17-6 and second in the West? Why? Why the hell is LeBron's agent out here dissing Austin Reeves when Reeves is putting in 28 a night? Why is any of this happening? And the worst part is, it's no mystery why this is happening. We all know why it's happening. It's happening because LeBag is butthurt that the team and the world no longer revolve around him and the entire planet is not bowing down to him. It's happening because LeBag is pouting that this team now belongs to Luka, and even Reeves more than Braun. And most of all, that it's working. It's clearly working. It's working so well that nobody even knew that LeBag was not around when LeBag was not around. That's how well it's working. And that's the entire problem here. Of course, while LeBag's agent was out there trashing his team and his coach and his teammate, he, of course, found time to pump up LeBag. Because, of course, check out this quote from Lava Paul when asked about the possibility of LeBron joining the Knicks. Quote, does LeBron make the Knicks better? Yes, he would, of course. But 29 other teams would say the same thing. End of quote. I don't know. You sure about that? Because right now, your guy is struggling to score 10 a night.
I'm struggling.
He's not even making the team that he's currently on better. So it's kind of a weird argument to make the argument that he'd make every other team in the league better. I can give you one team you wouldn't make better. The 23-1 Thunder. I personally believe that the 23-1 Thunder do not think that taking on LeBag and his $50 million contract would be a good idea at all, for the record. Then again, I don't think anybody taking on a $50 million contract of a 40-year-old who is struggling to get 10 a night is a good idea. Oh, yeah, and on top of that, what you get when you get LeBag, you also get an agent with a podcast who's got no problem trashing your team. Why wouldn't all 29 teams sign up for that? But sure. Lava Paul, whatever you say. Everybody wants the guy. Everybody would be better off with the guy. And also, the Lakers don't have enough with the guy. I guess because they didn't give you and your client exactly what you wanted. Therefore, they are not championship material. Why do I think that if you were still calling the shots and he was still the guy that they were running everything through, that you'd be the ones to beat? Way to bag it up. I mean, if you thought these guys were insufferable when they were on top, wait until you see how toxic it gets now that LeGramps is a fading GOAT. Unfortunately for Team LeBag, the Lakers actually do look good enough to make a run in the West, with or without LeBag. No, they're not the Thunder. Nobody's the Thunder. But they've looked as good as anybody else in the West thus far, not named the Thunder, even with LeBag missing all that time. So once again, let's never confuse your guy no longer being the face of the franchise and your team no longer running that franchise with them not being competitive. That's just you and your client being butthurt over the Lakers ripping their franchise back. But congrats on F1. You got me to talk about it. It worked. It worked. Crowded space, man. You got to say stuff. It is pretty wild, though, that an agent is out here talking negatively about a team that his player is on that they've done nothing but acquiesce to since he arrived. You know what I mean? It's not like, again, we're talking about some incredible alpha and star that is not getting the ball, not getting minutes, not getting playing time on a team that's underachieving. I mean, what are we doing here? You're second in the West. They're playing really good ball.
What are we doing here?
Meanwhile, I'm not the only one saying it. I'm not the only one saying, man, that's kind of weird. Kenyon Martin actually was asked about this on a pod. My man still looks really intimidating. Gilbert Arenas had Kenyon Martin on, and he was asked about those comments. Here's his reaction.
I don't know if he's spitting or tripping, but when is it cool for agents to speak in this manner, bro? Like, when? Like, when did it become okay? For agents to come out in this manner, I've never heard, I've been around this game for a while. Like, if you want you to speak up for your guys, for your player in that manner, I understand that. Mm-hmm. But when is it okay to, like, oh, they ain't good enough? Like, when you got guys on the team, like, what type of is that? Like, that's wild.
He's not wrong. If you don't want to hear my whole 15-minute rant on that, just listen to his 1-minute rant on that. He makes a great point, too. What if you're a member of the Lakers, right? So you know that he's talking and saying what LeBron thinks, right? Or LeBron would check him. There's no way the agent says something that LeBron does not agree with. There's no way. What, he doesn't know how LeBron feels? So now you're sharing a locker room with LeBron, and you're running with LeBron, and you know that LeBron's that butthurt, and LeBron feels like, hey, man, we're not good enough. In other words, y'all aren't good enough. What, Luka's not good enough? Reeves isn't good enough? Rui's not good enough? And one more thing, Gramps. You might be the GOAT. You might be. But who are you to talk about what's not good enough when you're doing everything you can to get to 10 a night and not succeeding? But you're going to say what's not good enough. Anyway, I like what Kenyon Martin said. I've been around this thing a long time. If you're an agent and you want to speak on your client, so be it. But you got an agent out here saying the team is not good enough? They're not good enough to contend? When they're second in the West, man. At least you're not making it about you. 1-800
enough to be contenders right
636-8686. What does that mean right now? Right now. Like, had they listened to me? Had they listened
Not
to
right
us? Had they made deals that we asked for? What do you mean we're not good enough right now?
Not right now.
Are you looking for a way out? You're the ones who opted in. You opted in. Man, it sucks not running the world. It sucks not having that hammer in your hand. It sucks not being the best player on the team. It sucks not being the guy when you walk in every room. It sucks. You know what sucks? Getting old. Getting old sucks, right?